In woodworking, figure refers to the appearance of the wood as seen on the longitudinal surface. So imagine wood flooring, right? Those planks of wood have very straight grain. It's very boring and like uninteresting. And then consider comparing that to a figured wood, which would be a much more interesting shape to the grain. So for example, this picture here is a very popular fiddleback pattern or fiddleback figure. This we could describe as a highly figured wood, and you can see it's much more interesting. This interesting figure makes the wood more difficult to work with, but it gives you such a beautiful result. So when thinking about figure, think about on a microscopic level, you have the wood growing towards the sun with a straight pattern, and then any type of stress can make this pattern deviate. So the stress could be from a harsher climate, an insect or fungus attack, or physical damage to the wood. The figure of a particular piece of wood is the combination of both the grain that's been affected by that stress and also the way that we saw the wood. So remember in our last video, we talked about quarter sawn versus half sawn, and all of that impacts what the piece of wood will look like. A figure can be described as either very organized, as in this fiddleback, where it's a repeating pattern, or can be very random, like a burl. And a figure can be in any different type of wood, although some woods are known more specifically as having a specific figure, but this fiddleback could be in a sycamore or a maple. And lastly, when you're thinking about figured wood, remember that it's harder to work with and it's more expensive, but it gives you a much more interesting piece of furniture.